Hey code chasers, how are you? I hope you're fine and healthy. With that healthy vibe, we will start our video today. I am Adi Lakshmana Tiketi. Welcome to our channel Code Chasers. In this video, we will see about lambda functions in Python. We will see what, how, when, where, why lambda functions are used. First of all, we will see what is lambda function. Lambda function is a function without name. It doesn't have any name. So it is called anonymous function. Lambda is the keyword used to define an anonymous function. Like def is the keyword used to define a normal function. Lambda is the keyword used to define an anonymous function. Syntax, that means how we can use lambda function. Lambda, the keyword followed by arguments and a colon and then followed by expressions. A keynote, lambda function can have any number of arguments but can contain only one expression. Why lambda? These functions tend to be quite simple and more compact than formal declarations of functions. You write them in a single line. This point we will see clearly in coding session. So where we have to use lambda, you have a single data set with you and need to apply a calculation to all aspects of it once. If at all you have this situation, lambda is the correct person to contact. Now we will see the practical coding part of lambda function. We have seen the syntax will look like this: lambda followed by argument, then colon, then expression. We will see in detail. So I want to add two numbers. I'll take lambda. I've written the first keyword. I am passing the two arguments. That means the numbers which we want to add. I want to add suppose a comma b. The result is the operation that we want to perform on this arguments is nothing but expression. What I want to perform? Addition. So that is the expression. A plus b I need to perform. This is the operation that I want to perform. It's an important point, that is lambda will always return a value which is of function type. Add to num, I'm storing it in add to num. As I have said, it will return a value which is of function type. I am We will see that print type of add to num. See, it is saying add to num is a function type. So any function we can call it, right? So I am calling it with the demanding parameters. PyCharm is also giving as a hint. It is saying that parameter A unfilled, parameter B unfilled. That means this function is demanding two arguments. Those are these two arguments. So I will give 2 comma 3. Now I'll print the result. So we don't want type now. We'll directly print the result. I'm printing it. 2 comma 3 is 5. So this is a very simple function to explain the syntax of lambda function. While going through why lambda functions, we have seen a key point. These functions tend to be quite simple and more compact than formal function declarations. You can write them in a single line. This one we will see in our practical coding session now. Suppose we will take a scenario where we need to decide whether the percentage is a minor or major. In traditional way of coding, I will define a function first. Minor, major, check. So I'll be passing an argument age to validate. If age is less than 18, sorry, less than or equal to 18, we will return minor. Else we will return major. I am taking all provided inputs are valid here. So we will call this function minor age, minor major check. So we will call with some parameter. So that parameter user need to give. Okay. I am storing it in a variable. I'm before storing it, I am typecasting it to int because age will always be an int. If at all we see now, major, minor, major check is demanding one argument. PyCharm is saying that parameter age is unfilled, so I am passing this parameter. So I am printing the output also. So I'm running the code. Enter the age. I'm entering the age as for suppose 14. It is saying minor. Again, I am entering 2034. It's saying as major. So these many lines of code, I can write it in a single line. We'll see how it is. By using Lambda, I can write it in a single line. So Lambda keyword is done. Argument here is only one argument, that is age. So what we want to perform on age, we want to perform a validation. So the validation is nothing but the expression here. So I need to return minor if age less than or equal to 18, else major. As we have discussed, Lambda will return a value of function type. So I'll define the same function name. Sorry, I'll give the same function name here. So now we will check it. 34. It is saying major. See, by using lambda function, we have escaped, we have avoided these many lines of code, and we have written 5 lines of code it in a single line. This is the beauty of the lambda function here. We have also seen a point in where we have to use lambda section when you have a list, when you have a single data set and need to apply a calculation to all aspects of it once. Here to explain this point, I am taking an example of list. My requirement is like I need to apply a particular operation in the each and element on the list. So in traditional approach, we can define a function, and upon iterating the list, we can apply this function on each and every element of that particular list, and we can add it to the final list. The beauty of lambda, we can see here, by using lambda function, we can minimize the code, we can minimize the lines of the code. Without following the traditional approach, we can use lambda function to reduce the number of lines in the code that we will see in the coding section. Suppose if you have a list here, a list of numbers, and I want the square of each and every number in the list in a separate list. So I'll apply lambda function and I'll get the output. You can observe how I am coding. I'm writing the lambda keyword now, and then what is the argument here? The argument is list, and the iteration logic. That means we have to apply iteration here because there is a list here. So to get each and every element in the list, obviously we have to apply iteration, right? So the iteration logic, I'll be writing it here in the expression part. This is the argument part and this is the expression part of the syntax, and I'm squaring the element for I in lis list. That's it, it's done. It will return a value of function type. So if you want to check that also, we will see. See, it is a type function. So here fun is an iterable function. Iterable function means upon which we can iterate, upon which we have to iterate to get the actual values. So for I in fun of, I'm passing the argument here. If you print the element, the output is done. If you want to store in a separate list, I can append each and element in the list. That's it. Append I. We don't want this print now. I'm taking out this print, printing the final list. And that's it. In traditional approach, we have defined a separate function. We have iterated the list and we have passed each and element to the function. So the number of lines of codes are being reduced here, and there is no need to define a separate function also. So in one line of code, our work is done. So this is one of the important use of lambda. I hope you understood the functionality of Lambda in detail. We'll see you in next video. One quick information, I have created a new playlist, important Python based interview questions, in which I will be providing the solutions for frequently asked Python based interview questions. If you are the one who is preparing for Python based interviews, please go and check it out. I'll provide the link in the description. If you like the video, please like the video and subscribe to our channel Code Chasers. If you want to get updated about the latest videos of our channel, please click on the bell icon. Thank you so much.